This is the Systems tab. I can click this to bring up the map on the board and unclick it. This is the Quick Tips button, which I've turned off, and pressing this button here will exit the game. The camera views here include Chase Mode, which gives you a wider view of the ships. I can lock or unlock the target view. I can click the enemy, so it'll focus on the enemy and point at me. I also have Overhead View, which pulls out my ship and targets the enemy, and Follow Mode, which is the default mode here. Here I have the message speed, so any messages which show up over here or over here will go away fast or go away slow. This is the Speed tab. I currently have it set to 1, but it does go all the way up to Spinal Tap. I'm going to go back to following you. Down here we have sound controls. General music, general sound effects, music, and people talking to me. Down here we have basic weapons. Right now, clicking this green button right here tells you what kind of weapons you have, and clicking this button shows you their firing arcs. I have lots of phasers, including 4 phaser 1s that fire any which way. Pressing this button here selects all weapons. Offline turns off your weapons. Normal load arms your weapons normally. Overload puts extra energy into your heavy weapons, in this case my photon torpedoes. Double energy supply, or double energy required, gives 2 double damage when it hits the target. Photons aren't exactly accurate, not like Klingon disruptors. But my enemy doesn't have disruptors, so you're not going to see those in this demonstration. Point in using ECCM. You cannot lower an attack shift below 0. I'm just going to fire a couple of forward phases at this guy right now. Deal a little bit of damage to his shield. You can see here that his shield display went down a little bit. This highlight here indicates which shield I'm facing, and this one indicates which shield he's facing me. I don't need to touch that anymore at the moment. Next tab is the Transporters tab, similar to the one up here, except this one allows you to beam in and around plot points, as well as deploy transporter mines by transporter. Next is the Tractor beam, which allows you to hold enemies. You can set them to hold, you can set it to take or try to fight off enemy tractor beams. Strength of 1 to 5, as well as being able to spin your ship or spin your target around your ship. Usually useful to bring your enemy to face you instead of facing away from your weapons. Next is the Shuttle tab. Here we have 2 shuttles. I can click on them to have them launch and attack my enemy, launch and harass my target, launch and defend my target. I don't know why I do that, he's my enemy. But by default they're launched to defend me. Shuttles have a maximum speed of 6. I have no real intention of firing those off at the moment, because I'm moving at speed 10, my enemy is moving at speed 20. Using the Delta Shuttle tab, I can convert shuttles to different purposes. I can convert them to marine boarding shuttles, I can convert them to sensor decoy shuttles. which will distract away all enemy seeking weapons targeting my ship. This is useful sometimes. The next tab here will allow me, if my ship had missile racks, to convert my shuttle into a scatter pack, which is a one-shot, big-time missile barrage. 6 missiles per scatter pack. Next one here is the suicide shuttle, which doesn't do much except it tries to ram a shuttle down the enemy's throat to blow them up. Alright, all the way down here at the bottom now, we have the enemy's systems display, which shows you their weapons, if we get close enough, as well as their arming status, as well as their shield strength. Down here, just looks pretty. Now that I've done that, I think I'm going to finish this fight. I'm going to fire a lot of weapons into my target, and the hit and run rate lowered my shield facing the enemy there, which allowed me to... Ooh. There we go. Uh-oh. Well, I'll turn and try to catch that drone on the facing shield here. Maybe my track... Oh, I had a phaser catch it. Excellent. One thing I've noted about Federation heavy cruisers is that their flank phasers, the ones that are mounted over here, can actually fire down between the engines, which gives you a very narrow range of rear fire. It's not one of those things that comes up very often, but it's still very useful. It's also very annoying if your opponent's in a Federation heavy cruiser and you suddenly find yourself being on the receiving end of one of those attacks. I'm going to spin around. I'm going to actually pull off a high energy turn right now. You notice that the high energy turn bar is filling up. When that's filled, my ship will snap around to its new facing. Once it's snapped around, I'm going to unload everything I've got at this. Oh, who am I kidding? I want him to die sooner rather than later. You notice down here that my enemy has one of their destroyed racks. A destroyed weapon or system is turned black. A destabilized weapon is turned yellow. Yellow weapons will fix themselves after a while. The high energy turn spins around. I will stop right there and fire everything I've got at it. Huh. You notice a long... is also destroyed. Right now it looks like he has just one drone rack.